Welcome back to another grilling video. Today, we're going to be making something out here on the Blackstone, but I think first, listen, it's the start of a nice weekend. It's time for a little drink. My favorite Old St. Pete spiced rum with Ting. If you've never had Ting, it's a grapefruit soda from Jamaica. And there's something about good spiced rum with a little bit of Jamaican soda. Cheers. Start the weekend off right. Man, that is good. Today's going to be a fun one. Today, we're making chicken fried rice and a little bit of pork fried rice for the family. Really simple ingredients. All you need is some day-old rice. Best if you had this from like a Chinese takeout or leftover rice. You put it in a container, leave it in the fridge for at least a day. We've got some skinless, boneless chicken thighs. We want those for the additional flavor. And we have a little bit of pulled pork. Yeah, I know, pulled pork sounds more Southern barbecue than Chinese, but we can heat this up in the Blackstone and make a really, really good pork fried rice with it. For our vegetables, we're going to be using some garlic and some onion. And then for seasonings in this, we're going to be using some soy sauce and some hoisin sauce or oyster sauce. In this case, I'm using oyster sauce. If your family likes a little bit more of a sweet taste, use the hoisin sauce and or teriyaki. I am preparing this for the kids, the little girls, so I'll probably need to make it a little bit mild and, I hate to say it, fairly plain. That way she'll eat it. So let's get prepping. Now you're going to notice I have two different cutting boards out here. I have a green one that I'll be using for my vegetables and non-raw meat. I have the yellow one I'm going to be using for the chicken, and I'm doing that just because I don't want to get any cross-contamination going on and don't want to run in the house real quick to go ahead and prep this. I also have different knives to use for each that will also help me with this. Alright, so let's go ahead and start here. I'm just going to go ahead and cut up my onion. As simple as just cutting this up into some pieces, size pieces that you want to be able to eat in your fried rice. Now, I actually like a little bit of a bite of the onion, so I'm cutting these at a pretty good size. It also allows the family that doesn't like them to pick them out. So I'm just going to open these up a little bit. And then same thing with the garlic. I'm just going to slice this up nice and thin. And now, I'm going to start working on this chicken. I'm actually going to cut up only 2 of these. And what I want to do is go with about a bite-sized piece. So I'm doing 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch chunks is about all we're doing here. We're just about ready to pop this stuff all on the griddle. Now, you definitely want to prepare all of this ahead of time and be ready to go because the griddle's hot and it cooks it quick. So, now that I've got this set up, I'm going to get the griddle turned on. Alright, we have our grill here at low to medium. I like to do it at about the 7 o'clock position if you think of the dial as a clock. Now when you do this, you want to be careful, especially with this one of the holes. See how that's splashing up a little bit? Last thing you want to do is have that stuff hit you. This is hot, hot, hot. Mentioned before, I will season it at this point. Just a little salt right on here. I like to use nice sea salt. And then spread this out just a little bit. I want to get a nice little char right on that. Alright, these are looking good. We want to go ahead and get these flipped over. And that's exactly what we want to see, a little bit of brown on the other side of them. Now I like to work each one individually to make sure we get them all flipped over. Alright, those look pretty good. Just going to cut one open here and just make sure that it's cooked all the way through. Do one of the bigger pieces. Close, not quite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to slide these to the back, and I'm going to lid them. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. That'll help steam them up. Right, so we're just going to put some onion down here real quick. Not the garlic yet, because we don't want to get that in there yet. Right. Get those cooking up a little translucent. That looks good. Alright, now we're just going to take our chicken here, put it right in a platter, and we're going to set it aside while we get the rest of the ingredients prepped. By the way, you think, oh, I don't want to use that. That's all good flavor right there. I would encourage you to use that. Put a little bit of oil down. Now listen, this is not authentic. The best thing you can do is use a little bit of sesame oil. It's a really good flavor, or just drizzle a little bit on it to finish it off that way. It makes all the difference in the world. With our griddle nice and hot, we are now just going to take some rice and pop it right out here onto the griddle and start chopping this up. You'll notice it's a little bit sticky. That's why we want to make sure that we are heating it up to the point where it's no longer sticky. Egg fried rice should be very dry, right? You do not want it to be wet and moist like a, you know, like some kind of a stir fry. So we are just breaking this up a little bit here. Let that cook a bit and keep it moving. Take these and put them right over here on with the chicken. Now, I do like a little soy sauce for flavor, and a lot of that's going to dry out of there in a minute. And this one's for the little ones, so we're going to do a drop of oyster sauce as well, which is a little bit of a sweeter sauce. Oops, I just dripped it on the ground. Gives it that lovely color right there. And you can see how we're starting to get these individual pieces of rice. That's what we want. We don't want chunks or sticky rice. You just want to keep it moving. That's the way you do this. When they're hopping around like Mexican jumping beans, you're in good shape. Now, we're going to get ready here to do our egg. We just want to scramble this right up. Work that right into our egg fried rice. And we are going to go ahead and put our garlic down here. And now we're going to pop in some of our chicken. All right, mix this guy up a little bit here. And looks like it's more than one serving, but we'll see how it goes. So there you have it. You have to have all your ingredients ready. Once it hits that griddle, this is like a 3-minute deal and it is done. So to give this a try, you've already been trying it with tongs, haven't you? I have. Is it good?
Yes, it's good.
Give it a shot. It's good. And it needs to be dry. You do not want fried rice to be soupy or gooey like a stir fry. No, there we go. That one is ready to go. I'm going to go serve it up to one of the kids or my wife or somebody or maybe you.
I'm starving.
You want that one? I'll make your mom a different one.
No, she can have that one. I'll quit eating hers. I'm sorry.
So now that you see just how quick and easy this is, I'm about to go ahead and get started. I still have more chicken here to make this one. Now, this one's actually for the grandkids, so I'm only doing white rice, chicken, and a little bit of soy sauce she said she wanted. I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to do any garlic or onions in hers. But since the chicken is already cooked, it's just a matter of getting the white rice out here.
Over here. Yeah, right here. Hey, do me a favor. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more like it, subscribe to the channel and click on that little bell notification so you get notified of new videos. Thanks.
All right, it's now a matter of doing what we keep doing and repeating. So I'm going to add a little oil now. And spread it out thinly. And chicken down. Just adding a little bit of soy sauce for some extra seasoning on this one. For Wits, we're going to start getting some of her rice on here now. I'm going to keep these separate because we're going to take these off the griddle here in just a minute. Those are looking good though. See how this is still a little bit clumped? That's because it's still too dry. So we're just going to spread this out a little bit and let it go for a minute. Like I said, when you see these little guys hopping around on here, then you know it's kind of that fried rice dryness. I'm going to get some of our flavors going into this right now. A small amount of dark soy sauce, but not a lot. Ooh, more than I thought I was. What we're doing is we're getting the flavor infused all through that rice, and then we're going to start to dry it back out again. So it's that nice sort of individual rice kernels. I like to go long ways like this. I'm trying to get ribbons, kind of ribbons of egg into it. It's kind of what I like to do. That mixed right in with our rice real quick. Mix throughout it. Add our chicken back into this. You hear this called tapenaki. I'm probably saying that wrong. Japanese steakhouse style. Bon appetit. I get to try Whitney's too. Probably going to be a little hotter. Just came off the griddle. Yeah, very hot. I'm going to serve this up. We're going to do the one with pork next. This one's going to be really non-traditional. We have some of our smoked pulled pork from our last smoke. We're going to use some of that and make it a pork egg fried rice. I'm going to have my onions. I'm definitely going to use some of my garlic and a little bit of rice. Should be really, really good. Now this one's going to cook up pretty quick, so let me show you what we're going to do because the meat's already cooked. We're just heating it up at this stage. Right. Onions on. I'll leave the garlic, and we'll do that in a bit. While those are going, I'm going to grab a little bit of this pulled pork. We're just going to set that right down on here as well. Also going to get our rice going in here. Sort of break these onions apart, get them going. I'm trying to keep everything separate in case anything cooks ahead of the other ones. I can get it pulled off in time. All right. All right. We've got all these things going here. It's now time to just put a little oil down. We're going to do both the egg and the garlic here. All right. It's almost ready to get everything together. Just going to get this going a little longer. This the pork is definitely a little bit more moist than the chicken was, so I'm going to dry that rice out a little bit more. Well, I got to tell you, that was a fun cook, right? Like you're using a bunch of leftovers. You're making a good Asian dish. You can make them individual per person based on the ingredients they like. And now it's time to have this pork fried rice. I know, when I say pulled pork fried rice, it sounds just a little too southern, a little too barbecue, a little non-Asian, but really is looking pretty good. It's going to be hot as can be. I gotta tell you, it tastes good. I'll eat the whole thing, but it's deceiving. You look down and you think you're going to have a nice Asian dish, and it kind of tastes like leftovers from a barbecue and Chinese takeout mixed together. Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's all kinds of fried rice on the Blackstone. I get it. It's not traditional, especially not when you add pulled pork to it and make a pork fried rice. But it tastes good. And it's easy to do. And you can make everybody's dish exactly what it is they want. And I can stand outside as the sun's going down with a delicious glass of spiced rum and ting. Anyway, good stuff. Safe and happy grilling. I'll see y'all next week. Who knows, maybe we'll be on another Asian kick and try some more non-authentic stuff. But this tastes good, so as I clean up, I'll be munching down on dinner.